I'm from VIT itself, so an fourth year integrated MTech software engineering student, and I'm also a Microsoft Learn student ambassador for 2024 and still now. Welcome to our 1 second. Yeah, welcome to our event today. Let's see, and my co-host, welcome Kalyan. uh, and our event is on GenAI today, so we'll see the introduction of it and how it has gone explored and how it's booming now in the current world and how you can use it in your real world. So, anyone have any idea that how GenAI have came into our lives, like how it got started? If anyone have any idea, like just fluke, then you can unmute and talk. I guess I'll take over. So usually GenAI is a grandson for artificial intelligence. So how artificial intelligence is divided? It's like non-generative AI and generative AI. How who all comes under non-generative AI? Anyone have any idea on it? Like you can unmute and talk. It's not your classroom. Okay. Am I audible, Kalyan?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Okay. So artificial intelligence is like divided into two types, which is non-generative AI and generative AI. So who are all comes into non-generative AI? So the non-generative AI is like something that is going to like you are training something and give it is giving the answer to you whatever you have trained on. Nothing new from it. So if it is training on something on brain tumor, it will like you're training the model that you have to say if I give you an image, you have to tell me it is a brain tumor or it's not having any brain tumor. Or if I've trained a model that if I give an image which is image should be written some it is sold or not. If sold is detected, then it should say the user that it is sold, or else it should say not sold. So these kind of things are coming to the non-generative. What comes into generative AI is that which give you a new content to you, like some you are giving some questions to it and it is generating some new content for you. Like I'm just asking the Copilot that hey, are you generative AI? So it is saying that yes, I'm a generative AI and I was built through ChatGPT 4 architecture. And then generative AI can also give not even a text, it also gives an image. So normally now Ghibli have trended a lot. So do you know what model they have used to build the Ghibli arts? Did anyone know that what models were used to build these arts? Okay, so we'll get to know that what models are used to build, generate a new image from the text. So from the text, whatever we give. So I've given the Copilot that give me an Tom image with an Indian tradition. So it have created a pajama and it gave pagdi to it, and then it generated it. So uh, generative AI is basically that it's going to generate for you whatever you ask for. So let's see evolution of GenAI. So GenAI is like I said, GenAI is the grandchildren of an AI. So what is their grandparents? So first of all, it was started with the statistical machine learning. What is statistical machine learning? If you take a tabular column, so in the tabular column, most of the things will be like in a column and rows wise. So the first column will be of features. What are features is like if it is a student table, the student name, number and age of a student, or else an gender of an student are the features of these tables. So through that, entire table will be based out of. And coming to that, usually it was in the text formats. Most machine learning is used in the text formats. When it comes to the images, it's like if we see the storm, so it have whisks in it, and it have eyes, eyebrows, and the pagdi, and the hands, everything, the tails, and also the legs. So each and everything is also a features. So when using the statistical machine learning, it was not able to train itself that these are the features that if someone is like, it's confusing. The statistical machine learning was confused that you're saying features that student names the features, now coming to the image and you're telling the whiskers are of some features. So that's why the new model came, that is called neural networks. So what are these neural networks? Is that these are a network. I'll show I'll show you in the behind. So these are the networks or have multiple layers, and deep learning is also deep learning came after the statistical machine learning, where neural networks are followed. So in deep learning, the image while training this, if it's a brain tumor or not, we have to see that image, and we have to see that particular part if it is there or not, the tumor is there in that part or not. So for that we have to train in the deep learning. So that is the second stage of the AI. And then in that second stage itself, neural networks came. So neural networks are something like you have studied in the biology, right? So in the 12th, there will be neurons, and most of the neurons are connected to the brain cells. So that was our motivation to build the neural networks, that every neural network is connected, and if in input comes into that network layer, it goes like after training in one layer, it goes to the second layer, and after the training in the first layer, and it will goes to the next layer. Through that, after training multiple times and multiple times, it will give an output. So through that, deep learning was came. After that, they thought like it's telling like it is brain tumor or not. After that, they was like thinking like, is it correct or not? So for that, recurrent neural network came. So what recurrent neural network did, that multiple neural networks was trained on multiple objects at the same time. So one neural network was trained on cat, and other neural network, same neural network was trained on kitty, or that same neural network was trained on mouse. So these are the multiple images got trained on same neural network, but which have minute different features. So that came in the recurrent neural networks. So now what's the next generation thought is that if I give something, it have to talk with me. So for that, transformer architecture came. So uh, I have asked, right, what models are used in behind the Gen AI, is that transformer architecture. So these transformer architecture um, have multiple actions towards it. So transformer architecture can be done text to text, and text to videos, and text to images. Like text to text, for the text to text, we have Copilot and BERT and GPT. So GPT is more famous, and Copilot is now more coming to this era. And text to video, OpenAI Sora is there. So you'll given descriptive of whatever the video you want to do, so it will give you an video generated for you. And I've asked you how I generated the image out of a text. So they have used DALL E model. So I have asked the Copilot that what model you have used to give me this image. So it gave that I have used DALL E. So it is the open source model where every ChatGPT is used. And also a text to image model is that stable diffusion. So these are the some of the models, or some of the generative AI models that are in our current situations. So most of them, like who are all using ChatGPT for daily life? You can raise your hands. I guess most of them will use it. Okay, I understand. Everyone will be using. Who are all using Copilot? Okay, the count is equal. Nice. Yeah. So we have seen that what is transform architecture. So let's see who brought it to us. So it was all started with one research paper. So yeah, it is called all the attention is all you need. So this was came in 2024, I guess. Yeah. So in 2024 it came, and it was introduced as that transformer architecture. How does it look like? So it was made up of number of embeddings, and the input or output will be goes to an embedding. What is an embedding? Embedding is that it is an formation of text to an number form. So the computer to understand more um, like what I say. So more efficient as an human mind. So it was built on numbers, right, in zeros and ones. So the in that way it is calculative. So embedding after embedding the input will be gone. So this is the transformer architecture that is used behind or all of our generative AIs. So we have seen these transformers. These transformer models uses language models because they have to give content to us to back, right? So if
அழகு
someone
ஸ்பெண்ட்
is
ஃபோன் பண்ணிருந்தா ஆமா
uh excuse me, sir. Yeah, okay. So for the they have to give us they have to give reply to us. Like someone is knowing English and someone is going some regional language Tamil. So if I don't know English to respond, then how can I respond to that in a equal way, right? So these models built by language models. In language models, if you take a parrot, so if a parrot is like or plain model. So I'm taking one parrot. It is a plain model. It doesn't know how to talk in human language. So what I'm doing is like, hey parrot, you have to learn these words. So what are the words? Come, go. You have to sit. You have to fly. If I train on these things, so it is going to behave whatever I said. Like fly, then yeah. So well, whatever I train, it will be like, oh okay, my owner said like sit means I have to sit, fly means I have to go there, or else come means I have to come near to my um owner. So like that language models used to work like minimal it's in a minimal amount of data was trained, and it will be replying to you whatever the data you have trained on. Now while while taking to the large language models, it's like you're training only few amount of knowledge to that models. So only based on that only it will be replying to us. So the user thought it's not enough. I want whatever ask it should reply. Like if I ask the political background, then it have to be answering. If I ask on biology, it have to be answering. And if I ask on law thing, and it have to be answering. So then it came large language models. So large language models are, these models are trained on billions of data, where in the billions of data means all the sectors where from multiple website, multiple articles, and multiple regions. These large language models are trained on these sectors and built as an or GPT-4 or BERT on this. So if you ask, it's also chat GPT that how are you got trained. I was trained for 2024, and these are the things I have trained also. It will can answer. So these are the large language models we are using now for the generative AI. So how large language models I have said, right? So multiple articles from multiple multiple data sources and multiple proven work have been loaded to these neural networks. I have told neural networks, right? So this is one of the example for neural network where neurons will be there. So these one's nodes are called neurons. So here multiple neurons are connected to the multiple neurons for by itself. So multiple times it going to be trained. So this is telling whatever if, in the beginning, like mothers used to tell, right? So that if you learn something, if you are keep on using it, then you will memorize it. Likewise, it will be using it, this neuron will be telling to the other neuron. So other neuron will be telling the other neuron. So this way, most of the hidden layers will be working for us to get the correct information, whatever we ask. So here come the good part where reinforcement learning with the human feedback. What is reinforcement learning with the human feedback is that, so I have told that I will be using I have a one pet, which is a parrot. I am training it on large language model. So what is large language model? I'm using on multiple data sources, but those multiple data sources also have the bad content where the parrot can scold me also. Hey, who are you? Or else some bad content. So I have to train my parrot that you are not supposed to use these kind of words where I'll be giving condition to that parrot. What is that? For example, parrot. If come to the technical words, my models, that I'll be giving the phrases that you have to use only these words, or you have to use you should not use these words. Likewise, we are training our models which are already built. So this is called reinforcement learning. So before jumping into the productive or hands-on how we can implement in the Azure, I'll give screen to the Kalyan. So he'll be explaining on LLMs and RAG in detail.
Hello guys. I'll be giving you a brush up regarding how LLM works, how your what is generative AI, something like that. I hope that you got a short idea about with Kirti's presentation that what is a language model and what is large language model and something like a round diagram, right? That is hidden layer and your neural network, all these things. Now I'm going to tell you that the PPT will be more related to you. That how you use your GPT models or anything, how you act with these people. So I will just screen share. I will share my screen. Is my screen visible? Can I get a thumbs up? Yes. Okay. Fine. Okay. I will go with my presentation. So yeah. 1 minute. Okay. So my presentation is going to be like what is that? Some buzzwords we are gonna understand, right? So before it was full stack developer, AI ML developer, and what is that? Deep learning, machine learning. Nowadays it's like AI developer, AI engineer, AI product developer, something like that, right? So can anybody tell me that what are the buzzwords do you hear while using GPT or Copilot, anything? Buzzwords in the sense some what are that? Some words like LOL, ASAP, like that. Did you hear some words regarding your GPT time using? If you have anything, can just share. Nothing. Okay. Okay. I will tell you that what are the things you might be using. If a large language model outperforms sometimes, for example, you have entered some prompt to it, and if you ask for cat, that gives you dog. Okay. At that time you are very much frustrated with the model, right? At that time what will type is, do you understand or not what I am telling you? Can't you understand what I am telling? Sometimes when you're more frustrated with it, you'll be typing some of the words like that. So what happens is nowadays ChatGPT or any model's got a memory in it, right? So it will understand your feelings. That's called sentiment analysis. So it will understand and then it will revert back to you in a very proper way. Like that, when you are very down, you're typing something to ChatGPT, it is like, "Hi Kalyan, I understand the situation." So we'll move forward with like this. So those kind of training things all came to your LLMs or your large, Copilot, anything you can call. So decoding the greatest buzzwords of your decade. So it's nothing but LLM. Simple. LLM is called large language model. Large language model is nothing but trained on very large data. Simple. It's very simple. Like people are very much complicated with what are LLMs, man. What does LLM do actually? Okay. And generative AI is nothing but an AI which generate what you want to do. Either it may be image, it may be a text, it may be a code. Okay. It will generate you. If you ask something, it will generate you. Simple. And what is large language model is? A model or an AI which is trained on very large amount of data. Simple. And some of the examples are GPT, Llama, Falcon 5, everything are large language model. And what is ChatGPT? And many of them having an issue that GPT is different, ChatGPT is different, OpenAI is different, and LLM is different. Okay. ChatGPT is a product which is developed by OpenAI. OpenAI is the foundation. Okay. If nowadays people are just telling Google it, like that, right? In future they may be telling the ChatGPT it. Okay, so that may be a situation. So ChatGPT is developed by OpenAI, an interactive chatbot that has been popularized as LLM and setting a stage for AI adoption. Why I'm telling is ChatGPT is one of the very popular AI that came into your usage. That's why people are using ChatGPT for everything. They are using ChatGPT for writing code. They are using ChatGPT for writing a letter. They are using ChatGPT to generate image and your Ghibli. And like how many of you participated in the Ghibli trend, giving your data to ChatGPT? You can just raise up your hands, no issues. Okay. What? 4, 5. Okay, so much people. Okay, so that is generative AI. Simple. You are giving your image to AI to follow some trend that is very much attractive to you. Okay, and they named it as Ghibli. That is different. Okay, and that is one of the very excellent example for generative AI. Okay, that is how. But ChatGPT is not the only tool to generate an image. There are very separate AI that is available in the market to generate very good images as well, like Copilot as well. And another thing I have to tell you is the algorithm behind the generative AI or a model behind the generative AI is DALL-E. DALL-E 2 and DALL-E 3, these are one of the two very important models that you can also use it. When you go to Hugging Face, you can get a API called text to image or image to text, right? So if you, you can build a project as well. If you are an AI researcher, if you want to become an AI researcher, any field, you can go beyond the AI in the image field, like, right? So if you type a text, it will generate an image. If someone asks how it is happening, you have to tell that I have used DALL-E 2 and DALL-E 3 as a model behind and I have generated it. So simple. So I have this slide is about the buzzwords, what is there in the market regarding AI and regarding your especially GPT. Okay, and generative AI is behind DALL-E 2 and DALL-E 3. These two are very important models you can see. And how do LLMs work? Do anybody know who are the owner of the LLM? Who are the I'm not telling as a owner. Who are the trainers of LLM? Can anybody tell me? It's not a very hard term or any one person who are the trainers. Who will be training an LLM? Can anybody tell? You can unmute, guys. Simple. It's not your class or a professor taking a lecture or something. Who will be training an LLM? So you might be seeing about LLMs. Okay, I got a Q&A.
Data scientists.
Okay, data scientists, large companies with lots of data. That's good. Any more answers? Okay, that's good. Data scientists do, and the AI engineers do.
ML engineers.
Yes, ML engineers do. Cool. ML engineers train or that the large language models. Data scientists do with a large amount of data. Everything is good. Any more answers? Okay. I will come to your conclusion. You are the trainers. You, me, Kirti, the host of the event, the club members, everybody are the trainers of LLM. Why? Because the simple trend deeply came. One of even though data scientists might be training the LLM, it might not give a good, give a very good output. Because they also train a very large amount of data. But as a individual, as a people, we are very vast. If you take India, there are many. Crores of people are there. Out of crores, if lakhs of people use GPT, that is lakhs of data they are getting, and it will be trained accordingly, right? Simple. So that's how the training phase will be going on. First one is alpha testing. Our training, it may be anything. Alpha will be done by the people like you told, data scientist, ML scientist, everybody who is working on the LLM. And next one is beta. You are the beta, right? And gamma is nothing but the full version. Everybody can use it. So beta testers are you only, and testers will be there, but still you also be a tester to use that particular thing. So it will be trained on huge data sets. It may be a book, information from Wikipedia, or the research papers. Research paper is one of the very vast data set that you can get it from anything, because there are very what is that? Very good research paper, content oriented research paper also there. So yeah. And next one is transformer architecture. Yes, you might be knowing about transformer, which is discussed with Kirti before. So that is one of the training phase. And next one is inference phase. Inference phase only that I have told you. Use input, user inputs and prompts, and model predicts the most. You will be giving a prompt. Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be worse, right? If 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, if you tell that 2 plus 2 is equal to 5, if an AI believes it, it's not very well trained. Simple example, right? So that's how inference phase works like. And next one is tokenization. Tokenization is nothing but here there are some other words, right? How do LLMs work? You will be splitting a word into alphabets. How H O W D O, like that. You will be splitting the words into alphabets. That's called tokenization. And embeddings, yes, converting your text into numericals. That's one part. And attention mechanism and decoding strategies. Decoding strategies, yes, nothing but your vector data to your decoded version. Simple. That's called inference phase. So these two are the main thing, training and inference. Behind it, testing will be there. That is done in phase one. So this is how your LLM work. LLM is not a simple thing. It may be giving very wrong answers also, and it may be giving a very right answer also. This is one of the example for that. 34% only correct. The first LLM came with 34% accuracy, which is not even 50%, half of the half. Only 34% accurate, which is not so good. And now it may be increased a bit, right? It's fine. And yes, we are coming to the main picture. Azure AI Foundry. Anybody here heard of this Azure AI Foundry? You can raise up your hands. Else I will explain you how this Azure AI Foundry works. Okay. One. Two. Oh, okay. One or two. Okay. I will explain you about Azure AI Foundry. That's our main topic today. So okay. Azure AI Foundry is nothing but a marketplace for your LLMs, which is provided by Microsoft Cloud called Azure. Before Azure AI Foundry, you all know about what is Azure, right? Can you raise up your hands? Who all know about Azure? Okay, it's nothing but the cloud platform provided by Microsoft. Simple, okay, which will have all the services around, and it's a cloud platform. 1 minute, 1 minute, guys. Okay, so that is Azure, and this is the framework for Azure AI Foundry. Kirti, do you want to explain this, because you're gonna do a hands-on on Azure AI Foundry, right?
Yeah, I'll be explaining with the hands-on itself.
Okay, you will be explaining the answer. Okay, fine. So, guys, this is one of the architecture for Azure AI Foundry. So, Azure AI Foundry is nothing but the marketplace for your LLMs, where all your LLMs will be there. Your GPT-4 or your Llama, your Cloud, everything will be there, and you can use that AI for your data and make as a product. Like for example, you are building a application for your what is that? For your law firm. Your GPT model will be explaining about your IPC sections and then it's like a LogGPT. Simple. Okay. So you can use Azure AI Foundry, and you can use the help of any one of the AI and import your data to the AI, and then you can make as a product. Okay. And some of the tools used here is Azure AI Foundry SDK, software development kit, GitHub for version control, Visual Studio as a IDE, and Copilot Studio. Yes, that's different. Every service you are using in Azure will have a studio. Okay. Likewise, Copilot Studio is one of the product of Azure. And next one is, yes, Azure OpenAI service, Azure Search. Azure. Before going into it, Azure will be having all the services you need. Services you need in the sense, if you want to use a translator as a service, you know about translator, right? You can create a service in Azure and use that endpoint in your project. And like this only, Azure OpenAI service. Azure OpenAI service is nothing but you can use that AI in your project to recommend something. Like for example, if you're building a stock-based project, right? If you are using this Azure OpenAI service, it will summarize you the result, and it will recommend you at which time you need to buy a stock. So those kind of process can be done in the Azure OpenAI service. And Azure AI Search, it is very important if you built an LLM. AI search, it's nothing but you're searching your search engine contents, gathering data from a search engine. They will use this Azure AI Search. Likewise, all the Azure AI content safety, that is different. It is a very similar topic. It's a very vast topic called responsible AI. It's like how responsibly an AI engineer will build a particular AI. That's a very vast topic. I will, if possible, I can take you a session 2, if possible, after this event with your comments from your feedback form. So that's a different topic. And model catalog is your open source model. Open source model, nothing but, as I told you, the Hugging Face, text to speech and text to image, image to text. All these are open source model. Okay. This is the architecture of Azure AI Foundry. So this is how it is built. And the main usage of Azure AI Foundry is to use the AI models with your projects. Very simple. You can create AI agents. So next one, the context problem. Yes, the context is very important. Because one fine example is when I use AI, I will ask something to AI, and I will ask that explain it very detailedly. Okay. I don't know that the detail, has a very different meaning. Detail means explain in short. Okay, I don't know about that. With our academics, I just learned that okay, detail means we will explain it very elaborate. So if I give any content and I will give the prompt as explain it very instead of elaboratory, I will just put detail, and that AI also will do its job, but I don't understand. Then I will get frustrated and I will ask it, bro, what you don't know about anything, what you are giving. If I ask detail, you are giving very short, and then only AI told that detail means it is very short. So missing piece of context. So if you are telling anything to AI, it should be like somewhat at least 70% correct. Then only it can give a good prompt. Okay. So large language models are great in language. Yes, I agree with that. But sometimes if you upload a document or anything, in a document, it will read all the text, but not the image. Okay. That's one of the point. It won't read the image. It will read only the text. And unless you remind them every prompt, it will lead a generic answer only. How many of you noticed it that if you ask any coding related question, the AI models will tell about scalability, security, all these things the AI will tell, right? Did anybody notice this? Yes, because it is a generic prompt. So generic prompt is nothing but it's like a, what is that? How can I tell you? If your mom can tell you if you don't sleep at night, the ghost will come. Something like a generic prompt AI will be having. If you ask any questions, it will think in that aspect only, under security, under scalability, in all aspects. But we have to be very specific that I need only this. Kindly elaborate only this prompt alone. Unless or until if you didn't give it, it will answer like that only. Very. What is that? One good example is. I guess you all write quiz and all, right? Apart from your part of digital assignment. How many of you use GPT for it? Don't worry, the recording won't be sent to faculties. You can raise your hands. Yes. For writing your quiz and all, we'll be using AI only. Absolute. Their quiz time will be only 10 minutes. And they will ask 20 questions. That and all will be happening. At the time, if you give a particular question to it with a set of answers, the AI will be giving you the answer first or the explanation first? Can anybody tell me? If it is giving answer first or explanation first? Explanation of the question and then answer, those kind of mess will be happening, right? So it will be giving you explanation. At last only it will highlight you the answer. So that's how context matters. If you give a question and tell that I need only the answer, it will give you only the answer or option. Okay, so that's called context matters. If you miss something to AI, it will also miss something when it give to us. Okay, so yeah, that's a very good example, I guess, which will be relatable for you also. And yeah, actually, this is one of the example that you will give a content and ask that, come on, ChatGPT, summarize it more, answer it like a human. Answer it like a human. That is one of the very stupid prompt. Everybody will be using it because that is an AI. Why that should answer like a human? I guess you might know about something, right? And somebody will be putting, right, humanize the AI content and give me, and give the content with very less plagiarism. All these things will be asking to AI, right? Anybody did like that while writing your assignments or any papers or something? Anybody use that kind of prompt? Okay, bro, Siranji, you have done all the things, bro. Okay, that's good. You are exploring more. Okay, so we'll be doing that. Bro, ChatGPT, write like a human. Bro, ChatGPT, humanize this content. Why that should humanize our content? So those kind of prompts will be given. So that's how it matters. Do anybody think that the AI humanizer will 100% humanize it? If it humanize, you can thumbs up. Else, you can give a heart. Do AI humanizes? Humanize your content 100%. It won't. Yes, it won't. Okay, it won't do, but for some of the softwares, it will do. Okay, so that's why context matters. If you ask anything to ChatGPT, ask it very what is that contextually. So that's where your prompt engineering subject works. If you learn prompt engineering, you will learn how to prompt on your LLMs. Okay, so that's a difference between a normal human using the prompt and a prompt engineer using the prompt. So simple. And RAG, yes, I guess we are going to end. I'm going to end my presentation with this. RAG is nothing but retrieval-augmented generation. Uh, it's nothing but there is a difference between an LLM and an RAG. Okay, LLM works on past data, your past data sets, and LLM don't have access to your personal information, right? Your internal information. Like for example, if you ask LLM, any LLM, in my office, there is a guy working called Rahul. That guy done a mistake, and his salary is this much. How much I need to reduce? So those kind of internal information that LLM won't have, but the RAG, retrieval augmented generation, will have the data of real-time data like search engine and the internal information. That's a simple difference between an LLM and the RAG. Okay, RAG is a technique where AI first retrieves the relevant information from the external source, like a database or document. That's the real-time data will be generated and generates a response using that info. Okay, RAG is nothing but it will take the information and it will pre-process it, and then it will give you another set of information. So in between, there is a database kind of thing where it will pre-process your data. Then only it will give you an answer. Simple. And you can see this image, right? User is having asking that here is your, GPT is telling that I know everything, and user is telling here is your doc missed. Then GPT will be reacting that okay, I'm sorry. It will accept the mistakes, absolutely. Even though it doesn't make any mistake, GPT will be accepting. But this RAG is not like that. If it is correct, it will tell it is correct. It's the next generation of LLM. Simple. Okay. So that's how RAG works. And this is the architecture of RAG. Simple. The user ask a question and LLM, it will search. Azure AI Search is one of the very important service that every LLM should be using. Without that, no LLM will work. Okay, so LLM Smart Search will be working, and it will ask a query from the database. It will get the relevant information from the database, and here only the thing goes. LLM question plus relevant information. If you ask a question, and it will take the data from the database, and it will compare it, match it, and then it will enrich the answer and give to you. That's how RLG works. It's not simple that it will take all the data from the search engine or any database, give it to you like that, and give the reference. That's all. It's not like that. It will pre-process it and give you a separate set of information that only the AI content won't match. And vector embedding, yes, and semantic search. In traditional database, as I told you, the data and the database, only these two things will be associated. Here, the data will be there, and vector embedding will be there, and vector database will be there. Simple. Vector embedding is nothing but zeros and ones, and will pre-process it, and then only it will give you. Vector search is important topic in when you go for AI engineer kind of role, AI researcher kind of role. Learn about vector embeddings. It's simple. Instead of searching keywords like Google, semantic search finds a meaning. It will convert both query and document into a numbered list called embedding. That only Kirti told. It will convert the text into numbers. Likewise, your ASCII characters and all coming, right? Convert to ASCII and convert to binary. Those kind of things will be happening, and compress them based on closeness of the meaning. Closeness is nothing but the correctness. Okay, and then embeddings are stored in vector database like FAISS or PyCon, which allows the fastest similarity search. So this is the difference between a traditional database and the vector database. Vector database pre-process it and enrich the search, and then only it will give you an answer. It's not simple taking the data from the say a search engine or anything. Okay, that's how vector embedding works. I guess I will show you an example. Here it is. Can anybody tell me? Have you seen this diagram anywhere in an ML algorithm or anything? This kind of dot in a box. If I tell you, you might be
scatter plot.
Okay, you're so near. Might be a scatter plot. Okay, it's not scatter plot, but any more answers? It's like a algorithm. It's like a ML algorithm. It's a ML algorithm. Okay, you're so near. I will tell you. It's called k-means clustering. You got it? If anybody had that answer, you can thumbs up. If anybody think of that answer also, you can thumbs up. K-means clustering. Anybody knows it, or I will explain you what is k-means clustering about.
Sir, I think it's k nearest neighbors, like
Yes.
clustering.
Yes, you are right. K nearest neighbors. That's right. Actually, you're so near to the answer. It's nothing but your vector search will be working like this only. Cat, dog, house, and all. These are some of the answers. And some of the other words like living being, feline. This is called correlation. How these two are correlated. How cat is royal. How a cat is a verb or not. Cat is a plural. It's not a plural. So it is correlated to each other. And then they will be converted to a matrix like this, and then only they will do the k nearest neighbors. You are right. You are assigning the value of k as 3 or something like that. And then you will perform the k-means clustering. So you can see man and women will be coming under one circle, and king and queen will be coming under a circle. Either or man and king may be coming under a circle, and women and queen may be coming under a circle out of your gender. So that's how your k-means clustering will be working. You will be giving a word, and you'll be giving a word embedding. Word embedding is nothing but conversion of your text to a number. And your dimensionality reduction, it's nothing but it's a 70 word to 2D, high dimension to a low dimension, and then you will be showing as a low dimension. You will be showing that as a 2D. This is called vector embedding, or word embedding. Embedding is text to word, text to numbers. Okay, and after this process, your k-means clustering will be performed, and it will be going on like that. Okay, some of the use cases, as I have told you, it will be a real-time data will be there, and RAG powers real-time AI apps as well, and it has fresh private information as well. It will be having that, and it uses AI assistants, and all these things are some of the examples of real-world use cases of RAG. And here is the example. Upload your faculty's lecture PPT into a RAG system, and now when you ask to summarize this topic, it generate a precise summary from actual slides. Because I also tried this. When tomorrow is my IoT exam, my faculty provide more than 600 pages of PDF and everything, and I just put upload the PPT and PDF to this LLMs and ask that please concisely explain all the topics, all the headings, all the subheadings from this PPT and give the information, and it gave me all the information. Okay, How it gives, I give the precise prompt to explain all the headings, all the subheadings, because the PPT is having more headings and more subheadings. That's one of the key part of the PPT. So as like that, the RAG replied like that. Okay. So that's why prompt is important. Yeah, fine tuning versus RAG. Anybody heard the word called fine tuning? This is the last part. Fine tuning. Before that, how many of you practicing ML, DL, anything? ML, mostly ML, machine learning, or want to learn? Only one. Okay. Two. Fine, fine, fine. If you not don't learn about ML and DL, it's a very vast topic and it is a research oriented topic. Okay. So fine tuning will be coming under that topic only. It's nothing but when your model is working so good on your training phase, but when you try it on your testing phase, it's not working so good. Like your robot, you know about robot movie, right? It will be so good in the first scene, and in the during the interval, it will be falling on love or something like that. So that's called your model outperforms. It is so good while you're training, and it comes when you're showing to the people outside, it is telling that Sana is my love. So that's how your model outperforms, and there only you need a fine tuning. So the robot should need a fine tuning, the algorithm should need a fine tuning. That's very simple example I can tell you. So it's nothing but while training phase, you are getting an accuracy of 99%. While testing, you're getting a accuracy of 16, very 60, I mean, very less percentage of 60%. So there you need to fine tune it. Okay. So fine tuning is nothing but making the model working even more good. So when you want the model to speak certain way or perform in the consistent task repeated, that's called fine tuning. And example is your college chatbot that answers based on your upload syllabus or faculty PDF. Okay. And fine tune is nothing but a customer care bot to that always sound empathetic, apologetic, like that. It's nothing but when it comes to customer service, we expect the chatbot or any people to be very what that sounds good, right? There should be a down to earth or something like that we expect from customer service. So there fine tune works and RAG works on your college chatbot. You know about VTop chatbot, right? There RAG works. So that's all. Last slide. Fine tuning in LLM versus RAG. Make model memorize everything and refer source whenever needed. So I don't want to explain this. This will be carried out in hands-on. And that's it from my side. And this is Kalyan signing off from this event. And we'll meet you at the end. Don't leave the event. I'll be sharing you the barcode after the hands-on. Okay, for your certificates. And thank you. Yeah, Kirti, you can go with your hands-on. And if you have any doubts, type in the Q&A or you can ask at the end of the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalyan, for your detailed explanation on LLMs and RAG. Let's see how to build in Azure. So I guess everyone have some knowledge about Azure. If anyone doesn't have, I'll just give a detailed explanation of what is Azure. So Azure is that it is a Microsoft platform where it is a service provided by Microsoft, where multiple services will be provided through machine learning and giving you extra storage and building uh, and creating some resource groups and building your own LLMs and taking a rent of an LLMs through an paid service. So you have to pay as you use. So the Azure runs in an action that you have to pay for whatever you use. So there's an cloud platform, so Azure services. So we can now use Azure AI Foundry. As Kalyan already told, what is Azure AI Foundry and what are the services provided in the Azure AI Foundry. Let's look in like how Azure AI Foundry look in the real life in an Azure. So this is how the Azure AI Foundry looks like. So here we can create our resources, whatever we need. For us, for building um, an chatbot for us, for our own database, first of all, we have to create one hub for us. So what is an hub? Hub is that it contains all the things, whatever you need in for your chatbot, like the storage for your chatbot, and some models you have to hire, right? So those models, whatever you have to be there, and some ML models, and all of the things. So I have created an hub already. So this is how an hub look likes. So 1 second, I'll show you.
And guys, in Azure, everything start with creating a resource group, and everything start with creating a service. So this Azure AI Foundry or any Azure AI Hub is a service. So if you are starting with anything, you need to create a service on that particular name. Simple.
So yeah, here we can see yeah, as Kalyan said, like you have to create a resource group, where in that resource group it's like your rented apartment, where in that apartment you are keeping all the services in installing it. So that resource group is the base thing. So while creating hub itself, you can create so while after coming into the Azure AI Foundry, I'll choose hub. So in here, while creating the hub itself, if you have not created the resource group in the before itself, you can create your new resource group here itself. So if it was created already, then you can use, like if I rented all my older house, I just want to bring in some utensils to it, then you have to just open the lock. That's why in that way you can choose your resource groups here, or else you can create a new resource group. So in the after that, you have to choose the region, in which region you are nearer to. So if you can choose similar, like whatever the region you are nearer to, you can use it. And the subscription for us, the Visual Studio enterprise subscription will be there. If it's a student subscription, and it will show you your subscription over there. After that, for the storage, we no need to create a storage, as we are it will be created by its own. And for the identity, we can give that identity is based on access. So through that, we can create an Azure AI hub. I'll show you how it would be looking like after creating the hub. So this is the credentials of my hub. So the resource group I have given, it contains all the things, whatever it is there. So this is the rented house I have taken, and these are the services I gotten. So the AI hub, the key vault, and the storage account what I'm using for, and some search services. So we Kalyan have already told about AI search services. So these AI search services is that you can I'll show you. Second. So you can create your own AI search services with the resource group you have created. So through this you can import your through this you can connect to your hub and import your own data, and work through that data itself. So let's see how our will launch the Azure AI Foundry, which we have already built. So this is the Azure AI Foundry which I have built through Hub. So after launching the Azure AI Foundry, you have to create a project. So it will be giving you the new project name by itself. So you can use the default name. So as I've already created, I'm not giving create here. So I'm using the previously created project, and this is my project. So it has like some models I have installed in it, and this is my API keys and some subscription IDs, everything. So here you can see the models and endpoints. So for deploying the models, you can use deploy model, and you can choose whatever the models that are available. Like you can like I have already said that Azure goes on pay as you go. So each model it costs some amount while using it. So through that you can choose whatever the model you want to use. And let's go on overview. Then I'll choose my project, and then I'll go to my project. So this I came to my project. Now we'll see playground. So 1 second. So yeah, after creating the project, you have to choose one model for you. Like what are the actions you have to be doing with your project. Do I need to generate an image, or do I need an just an chat model, or do I need an chat completion? According to your requirements, you can choose your models. Have chosen the chat GPT 4. Like if I give the GPT, and it will give me a suggestion of GPT 4 or GPT 4 and 4.1, whatever is available. So I have chosen GPT 4, and after that, we can see in the playground. 1 second.
You can go to the model plus endpoint and then like.
Yeah, 1 second. One second. I missed it, I guess.
And guys, in between, you can create a model as Kirti said. You can use a model like GPT-4 or something, create a model and use your data imported to it. And then what you can do is you can create an AI agent. Okay, here you can see an option called agent in the screen, right? Where you can import your model and create an agent. You all know about what AI agent is like, right? And you can evaluate your data using that agent as well. So there are two options. Can select a model like DeepSeek or ChatGPT-4 or anything, and then you can evaluate your model, deploy your model, and then you can create an agent as well. So it's a multi-purpose platform. What happened, Kirti? What you're searching?
I'm searching for the playground. I've
No
already
issues. Go to model plus endpoint
okay.
and click on GPT. Go to that GPT. Actually, she
Ah,
deployed a model previously, so that is here.
so yeah. If we yeah, so in models and endpoints you can see what are the models you have deployed. In that I have already said, right? So I have used the GPT-4. So inside the GPT-4, these are the things which I have using, like the language used is Python, and the keys and everything. So in here you can open the playground. We can test whatever the model we chose, like if it's working or not, we can test now. Like, hi, uh, what is the speed of the
And guys, in
thought?
between, if you want to test with any more prompts, you can put it in the Q&A section. We can test it here. Okay. Any silly prompt also acceptable.
Yeah, it just gave that it was trained by 2021 because it's on ChatGPT 4, right? So through that, it was trained on 2024. Now, if you want to train on your own data, then you can also add your own data by choosing add data. In here, what is the thing is that you have to build an AI search, where in AI search, 1 second, you have to create an AI search by using your resource group, whatever it is built. So this is the AI search that I have built for it. And you have to go to here, and you have to manage, go to the manage center, and then you have to link both the Azure AI Hub and the AI search together to upload your own data and fine tune your models. So after giving the data, you can give this is, I have said, right, the reinforcement learning of a human feedback. So you can give instructions that how your model should work. Like if it is a large GPT, then you have to you have to give, like, whoever ask whatever the question you ask, you have to give with the um, IPC sessions. So this this instruction will be fed to our model, and it will only work through that instructions. Like that, we can give instruction here, and we can choose and if it is a vector or if it should use in embedded examples like variables or safety system messages. So as Kalyan said, like any fun things you wanna ask GPT?
You will get the session recording. It's not assured by GPT, so we'll tell that you will get your recordings. Yeah, so there is no questions regarding. Yeah, fine. You can go to the
Okay.
next.
Yeah. So after fine tuning your model, you can deploy it as your web app, or by here after fine tuning, you will be enable the deploy button here. So through that you can download your codes, or you can deploy as a web app, which is already provided by the Azure itself. And also you can take the key API key and also connect it with your Telegram or an Teams app also. For now, I have not trained with the data, so that cannot be happen. So this is your tiny little hands-on. Any doubts you can ask us in the
And
Q&A.
what else you can do with this is, as Kirti told, can you go to that interface?
Yeah.
Yeah, here you can add your data, guys. So after adding data, you can fine tune it and you can export it. Export it. If you export it, there will be a set of code files that will be downloading. So with that, you will be having your Azure OpenAI SDK as well, and you can integrate with your app. Else, if you click on deploy, it will ask you deploy as a web app. So how it is deployed is Azure will create its own web app as a service where you will get a secure URL. You all know about your secure SSL, right? Website is classified into two. One is secure website, another one is insecure. So Azure will provide all the security, all these things for you with a link. So that's how you can take this to the next version, and you can evaluate here. There is one option called evaluation, right? So you can evaluate your model, how it is working on specific matrices as well. And then you can create your own AI agent. So all these three things can be done here. If you have your own LLM model, you can fine tune it here. So while creating itself, you might be seeing that deploy a model and fine tune a model, right? So you can use that option as well to deploy your own model. So this is how Azure AI Foundry works. And here you can import DALL model to generate image. That will also be happened in this playground itself if we use DALL model. We right now use GPT-4 to what is that? Ask text prompts
Generate
related.
text.
Yeah. So that's our end of the session. So if you have any